And how to play him. King Savage way, obviously. The best way. Nah, I'm just playing. But it is very effective, and it's part of the meta that I've perfected in a way that got me up to the top 20 players of Aurora in the NA server. Now, for me to show the example, we're going to go to the training room because on this account, I don't have him, sadly enough. But that doesn't mean I can't show you of what I mean by how I play him and how I actually use him. I'm not gonna rep him. Anyways, let's get this mech out so we could get this video on the road. Now, Aurora is part of the meta mechs that is being the most effective and being most used in the game currently. Until a new mech is released in season 8, I believe that's what the season we're on, and a new mech comes, this is the meta. Now, the way how I use them is, let's change all these cores automatically so we don't have to deal with it later. And I use this one and this one. Okay. Now, I use for the attack core Cold Breeze. This one makes my special come back a little bit faster, so we're gonna just show it right here. This is what it looks like. With it, it's gonna come back in 5 seconds. This is obviously a purple core, so it's gonna be at its max. Now let's change it up. Let's show what it is without it. Now let's see what it looks like without it. And how many seconds? 7 seconds. So that means the Cold Breeze makes a 2-second reduction, and you'll be surprised what 2 seconds less could do a lot for you. Now, that's the attack core, which is the most noticeable, but let's get on to the defense core, which just increase your bullet capacity and more damage, obviously. There's not much to talk about this core. I don't use the other defense core because I just don't feel like it's useful enough. You're staying long enough in the air for them to just destroy you. Is no point. Now let's get on to the mobility core. This one is optional. You have the jet wall, which makes you turn in your special, and you also have enhanced voyage. Now with enhanced voyage, it's just gonna give you a little bit more boost time, which if you want to get a little bit higher above your enemies, that could work too. But really, I feel like when it comes to mechs that are trying to roll away from you like this guy, I feel like jet wall is a little bit more useful. Now let's get on to the cores, which is really what makes this style of playing, the King Savage style, the most effective, which is the r.e.d core. I don't use the other one, I don't use this one, for the simple fact that it's not useful in my account. Now, what this core does is basically enhance your damage after you use your boost. You give them that laser, and now everything is like increased for 3 seconds. Your attacks, everything. Now, what it looks like without it, let's just take it off real quick. And, alright, now what it looks like is without it is this. Now, let's get a little jumpy, and the damage is much reduced by, it was at 133, now it's at 120, and you know, a little bit more damage always goes a long way. So that's what I prefer. This style of play is more leaning over to damage and lasers. Just think of it like that. Damage and lasers. Now let's switch it back. Alright, since we're done with the setup, let me just show you exactly what I mean by playing. Hold on. Alright, there you go. So what I mean by this is, we're gonna go up high. This is what I always like to say when I play with Aurora. You wanna keep high but safe. And this is really effective for baiting out attacks, giving them your own, and also doing something that is called fuel tactics, which is basically just using your fuel wisely in a way. And it's always unique with each and every mech. So you could either use it like this, give it a little bit of boost, and then you can always use it like that to get away. That's how I use this fuel. And you can always use it the other way, which if you don't have no buildings to get high and safe, you can always just get high to get that maximum velocity. We all know in Super Mecha that if you go high, it makes it more difficult for them to hit you because they have to put your crosshair all the way up. and you know, nothing is more worse than that. And then you have to bring it back down when he's done. So it's just not fun at all. Hold on, I got some notes here. Let me just check this out real quick. How to use his fuel. I think I already talked about that, but we can always get back into it in a little bit. All right, now here's a little thing that you need to keep in mind when you're using Aurora in this style. You especially do not want to be the main focus. Now, with this mech as being the meta mech of this game, everybody is always focused on him. They always want to take him out first because he is annoying. Come on. So much damage is dealt to you in a few seconds, and obviously with someone that has Juice WRLD aim, he's just annoying every single time. Now you obviously want a good team, or you want to be someone that's hiding for this method. In solos, you want to be hiding. You already know, high and safe, baiting out attacks, always using fuel tactics to get the upper hand on your opponent, and then going right back. Now, when you have a team, they are mostly gonna be your distraction. They're gonna be, how you say, your decoy. And with that, you could assist your team to give them all the damage that they need, either stealing their kills or helping their kills out. And that's basically how it is. Now, a way for you to use fuel, that's what the topic we're gonna get back onto now. Using fuel with this fuel tactics are very different. You can either use it for this method, going all the way up high, making them have to look all the way up, using your lasers, and then coming back down to just jump back and forth, trying to deal damage to them, just all, you already know, the bunny method. But then you can also use it this way. Let me just get up here real quick. You can jump it, give it a little bit of damage, poke at them, then get right back up. Now, I wasn't able to do it exactly the way how I pictured it, but I could easily do it again. This is not a hard way to do it. It's just simple. You're gonna go up, hit them, and then you're gonna go over here and escape. And that is it. That's basically how I use Aurora. Like I said, you can either be very passive or you can be very aggressive. It depends on every situation. And that is basically how KINGSAVAGE uses the one and only meta mech, Aurora. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will give me a like, you give me a follow, you give me a subscribe. You know it always helps me. If you want to join my Twitch, link is down below. If you're already watching on Twitch, welcome, hit that follow. And as you know, this is your boy, KINGSAVAGE. I love all my kings and queens. Peace out.